Hi, my name is Flo. I am a member of YCCN and have been involved with coordinating events in London.
I'm Stephen, and I've been a walker on the last 3 days of the Reading to London leg of this relay.
My name's Bethany and my title is Route Section Team Leader for Section 7 Reading to London.
I'm Liz and I've been a walker for the last 2 days on this walk, and then actually when the relay comes to Edinburgh, I'm going to be organising events up there for the Edinburgh residency as well.
I'm Naomi Ruth and I'm a member of YCCN, and today I'm just one of the walkers. I've been joining in with a few of the previous days and it's been really great.
Today we walked from Clapham, we're now at Lambeth Palace having some delicious cakes and drinks, and we're about to have a tour of the gardens, which is amazing, and we're going to head to St Paul's Cathedral where we're going to have a real political advocacy event.
Our end goals are obviously to affect COP26 and really push the government to drive forward new measures in terms of climate finance to help the developing world deal with the effects of climate change.
Cutting the foreign aid budget, that's not showing this message. That's telling other people that we don't care about the rest of the world, that we just want to look after ourselves and focus on us and make sure that we have enough money for what we're doing. And that is not the message that we need to be getting across when we're facing a global climate crisis. We need to be together and we need to be leading by example.
Other people need this money. They are suffering because of the actions of our country and of other countries, and they need support, and also looking at it in a long-term perspective. If we're supporting countries across the world with more sustainable infrastructures and things like that, then we're all going to benefit from that in the future.
We're really hoping to sort of energise Christian communities around kind of climate justice and get people interested in issues of climate justice and passionate about the need for change.
Also, success looks like lots of small things, like all the different churches who've joined, all the different churches who are now saying, oh yeah, we might sign up to Eco Church, or we might do a climate service, and just getting loads more Christians talking about this because it's something which is so instrumental to our faith.
My hope for my generation is that we can kind of stand up and get together and just show the people in charge that we really care. Like, this is our planet, it's our children's planet. At the end of the day, like, it's God's planet.
Yeah, it is very challenging at the moment for the young generation. I think a lot of us feel ignored by the powers that be. But it is so vital, as it's going to affect us more than most. Our generation are going to really start feeling the brunt over the next few years. And we can see the urgency of this as not only our future, but our children's future. But often we feel like no one wants to listen to us, that we are dismissed so quickly. Class says, oh, you don't know what real life is like. But actually, there are so many of us that are so well informed and really driven to make a difference.
Sometimes it feels like people don't necessarily listen to young people. They think that they don't know enough. They're just hearing one piece of information and running away with that. But actually, a lot of young people are very well informed and are looking for the facts. And the facts have been here for a while, and it's just that people haven't been listening. And so it's really great seeing people actually listening, actually trying to share the news, and yeah, seeing it all gain momentum, because this is the future of our world. It would be great if older generations were also caring for it, but it feels very real that we need to do something now.
I really hope that people will begin to kind of see the importance of climate justice, and not just as an issue to talk about, but as one that requires systemic change, and that we can move towards making those changes. So it's not just enough for us to kind of make small personal changes where we're all doing our recycling, like that's fantastic, but it's not actually what's required. What's required is for governments and for corporations to really take heed, to change their practices, to reduce their emissions, to stop destroying the planet, and I hope that we can begin to see those things happen.
It's also about protecting those that are most vulnerable. As Christians, we believe that we should stand up and fight for those who are vulnerable in society, and often the effects of climate change, which have been caused by the wealthiest nations in the world, are going to affect those who live in the poorest, the most vulnerable people amongst us.
I think the most important thing the church can do is giving us a voice. And we've seen on this relay that like churches are absolutely doing that. They haven't been fazed by the fact that it's like 18-year-olds organising this relay. They've welcomed us in, they've given us refreshments, they've created space for us to rest and to have conversations, and they've let us stand up, and they've asked us like, what is it that you care about and how can we help, and just giving us that platform to like have our voice heard has been incredible. So yeah, we'd ask that the church continue to do that and continue to respect young people.
The church has already done a lot of good work, but I think that what the church can do is to help us to think about kind of theologically and practically like what it is that we need to do and why as Christians we ought to be doing this. And I think it's a real opportunity for witness as well. We can kind of show that as Christians we're called to care for the planet, and in doing so sort of demonstrate the heart that God has for creation and for justice.